Call the Senate Finance Committee back to order. The time is 3:10 p.m. on Saturday, May 11th, 2024. This is a continuation of this morning's hearing. We're only going to be hearing Senate Bill 217, the rail belt transmission line by the governor. We're hearing 4 amendments this afternoon, and we have before us Committee Substitute Version D. Senator Stedman, you have amendment number 1?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move amendment number 1.
I'll object for an explanation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This amendment number 1 is a cleanup language. It following on page 6, line 9, following systems, we insert or joint action agency established under 4245-310 located off of the interconnected road system, which is basically other little interties out in the hinterland like southeast.
Okay, I'll remove my objection. Is there any further objection to amendment number 1? Okay, amendment number 1 is accepted without objection. Amendment number 2, Senator Stedman.
Mr. Chairman, I move amendment number 2.
I'll object for an explanation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is the same issue. We're just on page 3, line 3, following utility. We insert or joint action agency established under AS 4245-310. Same issue, excluding small interties out in the hinterland.
I'll remove my objection. Is there any other objection to amendment number 2? Not this amendment passes without objection. Amendment number 3, Senator Bishop.
Brief at ease.
Okay, brief at ease. Senate Finance meeting back to order. Senator Bishop.
Thank you. I move amendment number 3.
And I'll object to amendment number 3 for purposes of explanation.
Yes, this puts back in and creates the authority for AEA, Alaska Energy Authority, to have its own employees under current law. AEA has no employees and is required to use employees of ADA. And in another part of this bill, we are creating 2 separate boards. It's time AEA simply had its own employees, and the plan would be able to take the same employees currently working under ADA, transfer them to AEA. So that's all we're doing here with this amendment.
Okay, I'll go ahead and remove my objection. Is there any further objection to amendment number 3? Senator Keel.
Just a question, Mr. Chairman. Want to make sure this places the employees in the exempt service. Are ADA employees currently in the exempt service? Does that match up?
Senator Bishop.
That's a good question for Curtis Thayer.
Mr. Thayer, are you on, sir?
Yes, sir, I am.
Did you hear the question by Senator Keel?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Chairman, I did. Yes, this is the exact same language that currently ADA has. ADA's employees, I'm an ADA employee. We are in the exempt service, and this is just identifying the ones that are already identified as AEA employees, moving them over and making them AEA, but keeping everything the same. So yes, they are an exempt service. They would stay in exempt service.
Follow-up, Senator Keel?
No follow-up. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further questions by members of the committee for Mr. Thayer? If not, thank you very much for being available to answer the question.
Thank you.
I've removed my objection for amendment number 3. Any further objection? If not, this amendment passes or is approved without objection. Amendment number 4, Senator Hoffman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move amendment number 4, and I would ask if my staff, Mr. Grusendorf, could come up and explain it.
Okay, I'll object for explanation. Mr. Grusendorf, I'm sorry. We'll call the Senate Finance Committee back to order. Because of the situation with amendment number 4, we're going to set this bill aside and we'll bring it up tomorrow. That concludes today's agenda. Our next meeting is scheduled for tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we will publish a schedule shortly. If there's nothing else, no other business to come before the committee, we're adjourned at 3:15 p.m.